Money, it's a numbers game. Xbox is packing up, gotta change the quest. Time to share the love, put the market to the test. Controllers are shaking in every boss's hands, making deals with rivals, got bigger plans. They say nobody's buying, so let's spread out. PlayStation, get ready to hear us shout. No red line, it's a brand new day. Xbox invading in a different way. We need that green, gonna make amends. Bringing games for you, our newfound friends. Money's running low, can't stay in one shell. We'll mix it up and ring the sales bell. All the consoles join, it's not a crime. Just a new strategy in the fashion of time. Jumping boundaries, ain't no hard divide. In the game of survival, we'll play each side. Different but same blood in these veins. Gotta feed the hunger, gotta break the chains. Gamers united under one big roof. Competition dies when you're bulletproof. Phil speaks the truth, no need for disguise. We're opening doors, it's a big surprise. It's a brand new day. Xbox invading in a different way. We need that green, gonna make amends. Bringing games for you, our newfound friends. Our newfound friends. Our newfound friends. Money's running low, can't stay in one shell. Pixels popping on the screen. Virtual worlds, the best I've seen. Controller grip, my fingers tight. Adventures calling through the night. Let the games do the talking now. Press the start button, take a bow. In this realm, we're all the king. Ready, set, let the games begin. Questing through a dragon's lair. Hero's path, we've made it there. Save points mark the tale we spin. Pressing forward, we will win. Let the games do the talking now. Press the start button, take a bow. In this realm, we're all the king. Ready, set, let the games begin. High scores climbing, reaching new heights. Epic battles, magical sights. Through the levels we unlock dreams. In this universe, we reign supreme. Let the games do the talking now. Press the start button, take a bow. In this supreme. Let the games do the talking now. Press the start button, take a bow. In this realm, we're all the king. Ready, set, let the games begin. Shout out and proud, they got the most important cloud. Yeah. Just buy a PS5 and you will see the level of quality. It's a game changer. Graphics to the gameplay, it's a whole new world, can't you say? They got Barrett, Barrett's cloud and Tifa. And days how they gonna beat ya. Now you can sign up for the Game Pass for $1, or get a PC to wait. But just buy a PS5 and be that date. Just buy a PS5 and you will see the level of quality. It's a game changer. From the graphics to the gameplay, it's a whole new world, can't you say? I'm tired of the same old game, playing on repeat. Gotta break free, gotta find something sweet. Then I heard about a brand new thing, a gleam and dream, PS5. It's the answer. The level of quality, it's a game changer. Graphics to the gameplay, it's a whole new world, can't you say?
Yo, what's up, grinders? How you doing? How you doing? It's Friday. Gaming Grindhouse is open. Woof. Sorry about that, man. I had some technical problems, but I was trying to get some stuff taken care of before I could go on the Gaming Grindhouse. So Grinders had some family things I was trying to wrap up so I could sneak away into the Grindhouse dungeon and get this thing going. So everything's good now. We're all good. So sorry about that little bit of delay. Hope you enjoyed the Gaming Grindhouse tunes. And we got a show. Man, we got a show for you. This is good. This has been in the cooking. It's been cooking. It's been a crazy week. Shout out to everybody coming on in here. Thank you. Sorry for the delay, grinders. Sorry for the delay. Oof. We'll make it up to you. We'll make it up to you. We're cooking. We're cooking. With the PS5 Pro, it's live. That's right. We are live. Yeah, I only do it live. That's the only time I do it live. That's right. So shout out to everybody coming on here. Compost Fen, Kevin Mac, Don, John, Sean, Roadkill. How you doing, man? Iconic Games, Nick, Ice Queen Game, and shout out to you, Nick, Compost Smurf, Michael Meridian in the house, Satya, the whole slate, Nadella, man, ain't true words in that. In the house right there. Kratos 99, how you doing? Cosmic Hero, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Curse Kane. Outside Gaming Night, what's up, Ron M? Shout out to Ron M. He's already starting us the VIPs. He's hitting him with the VIPs, cooking right now. My goodness. Ow! Shout out to Ron M, man. I'm getting through the names. For Brizzle in the house. How you doing? Ryan, what's up? Shout out to Ron. He got Volume, The Kipling, Dungeon Crawl Call. That's a good name right there. And Roadkill. There you go, Roadkill. You do the strong arms, you just became a VIP. Enjoy all the music and the emojis. There they are. Enjoy them. Enjoy them. There they are. We're cooking. We are starting off strong already. We're cooking. And as you can see from the goals, man, we're doing any chats. Once we hit the chats, if we get the goal, I'm going to be gifting members. Also, too, we got our VIPs over there. We'll add them to the list right here. And we hit that, and I release a song to everyone. All the members get a song for this one. We hit that goal there. So a couple of goals, but anyway, we're here to have fun. And we're here to have some good gaming talk. I invited Mr. J-Dub, so we'll see if he's on there. I know I owe him one from Monday. He was supposed to be on Monday's show, and he was banging on the door, and he couldn't get in to Crazy Discord, which, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the Discords. And I can't even see the waiting room. See, this is what I don't like about this Discord. I cannot see the waiting room here if J-Dub comes in. So it, like, stops right at my show. So there we go. All right, cooking. What's up, Sam Ash? How you doing, man? Hey, how you doing, Ken Con? Ken Con, how's it going? So, a lot of things happened since we did the show on Monday, Grinders. So we had a couple of things. And we'll see what I get to today, but I wanted to get to the two biggest ones. Definitely, and then the Death Stranding thing happened. We'll see if we get to that, or you might get another show, or we might put that on the Gaming Grindhouse on Monday. What's up, Dog Zone? How you doing, man? So, two big things that we're going to talk about today. The big ones on the list is the GTA 6 trailer dropped, and we'll take a look at that. I'm sure everybody has seen that. That probably broke the internet. Unfortunately, it's coming out in next year. And then the other thing, a leak, was the friggin' Xbox, the Xbox handheld, the thing that's supposed to save Team Green. It leaked. And it looked like it got leaked on. Pause. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back.
It looked like somebody got manhandled that thing. But anyway, shout out to Fabrizzle with the 5 getting us started with the Super Chat Golds. There we go. Happy Friday, Jez. Hope everybody enjoys the weekend, yo. And shout out to all the moms out there. And happy Mother's Day. It's on this weekend. So remind the Grinders, you have a loved one, mom, a wife, and make sure you take care of them. It's Mother's Day weekend. That's right. It's one of those. So, you know, Father's Day weekend, we get to play our games. And Mother's Day weekend, we get to work. So just putting that reminder out there for all the Grinders. Make sure you get your flowers and take care of your loved ones. Happy Mom's Day to everybody who's listening as well. So, yep. So we're cooking here. So this was pretty wild. Out of the blue, Josh is the dirtiest handheld, dude. That thing, Phil wiped his ass with that handheld. Oh man, that was a booty handheld. Let me post to let everybody know that we're live right now. So everybody, come on in here. Oh, J-Dub's wrapping up in the office. Got you, J-Dub. So whenever you're ready, if you're listening at home, J-Dub, the office, you come into the Grindhouse office when you're ready. We're cooking right there. There we go. Hold on, let me fix this thing. And I gave him the where's my thing? I got screens all over the friggin' place. Ice Queen says I'm eating. Oh man, I'm eating. They're cooking. Hold on, let me get my screen sorted out here. Yo, that thing was nasty. So let's grease those gears, Grinder. Let's first grease our gears and look at this GTA trailer that dropped out of the blue. And there was a big news that came out of this thing too as well. So pretty crazy. Let's go. Where's our good friend GTA? And yeah, there's a couple of little things here I wanted to touch on too. But so here it is right here. Is this it? Here it is. So yeah, we'll just play it in the background as we talk about it. But I'm gonna tell you, man, this thing, yo, it looked incredible. So for my impression of it, man, when I was looking at this, I was like, yo, this looks crazy. This looked really good when this dropped, man. I'm like, it really looks like the graphics are absolutely insane. Now, yes, they didn't do the controller behind somebody, but man, the story of him getting his girlfriend out of jail and them just kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde story, dude, this thing looks friggin' awesome. Like, it looks like you're going to get lost in this world, and I can't imagine the things that you're going to be able to do, like the detail. It's insane, like the details of the stuff. Like, you look, I was like, this is, I was showing this to my wife. I was like, this is a game. Like, it looks crazy. So I think looks wise, we're ready for the gen, Grinders. We are ready for this generation. Like this is what we're waiting for. This is the goodness that we get to see, man. I was like, the detail, incredible. And you know, this is what they do, man. This is how they cook. And I think, and the story seems pretty interesting. yeah, the details. I know people are already picking out like this jersey, that the shirt that she's wearing, and the airports, and how big this world really is gonna be. But I tell you, it is wild, man. Wild. Like these scenes, these cut scenes, these things, like this story. I can't believe some of this stuff. Like it looks so good. And I just hope it translates into incredible gameplay. Like, you know that they use their Euphoria engine. They've been doing that since, you know, back in since GTA 4, the Euphoria engine with the crazy physics. And it looks like this thing is just going to do even more than that. And, you know, with those physics, and in addition to these graphics and stuff like that, I just can't. Look at this. And then this is the other thing people picked out here. You got a PlayStation controller right here on the lower left, and it looks like a mock PS5 with the white and the blue lights in there. Hint, hint. Also, notice the bubbles in the beer, which is pretty wild as well. But yeah, you got your PlayStations hitting up there. Sony cooking. And look, it even has the light bar on it. If you look at the controller, it has the light bars on them. The PS4s. Yo. Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, they're definitely going to take more, you know, definitely I want a solid gunplay. I never really cared too much for the GTA, like the snap to shoot. I thought it was definitely, you know, it took a little bit out of the gameplay. Hopefully they fine tune the shooting, make it a little more, you know, a little more arcade, like a little more controlled rather than just kind of like snap to shoot. Especially, you know, the question here is, like, do they gonna have the Euphoria? What happened to Rage? No, I think it is the Euphoria engine. Rage was I don't know what Rage engine was. Rage engine wasn't that with Rage game? I just remember the Euphoria engine was what they used. What they did. And one of the biggest things take home that really that was crazy is like, yeah, May 26th. But dude, that after watching that trailer and then you look at the bottom and you go captured on a PS5. That's not captured on a PS5 Pro. It was a caption on a PS5. And there you go. And it's coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. Booster edition confirmed. So all that was captured on a PS5. So one of the big things from that trailer was that you were already kind of start seeing the marketing and the who they're kind of aligned with. This is definitely not a GTA 4 situation. And why would it be? You know, why would it be? They're getting outsold 4 to 5 to 1. Microsoft don't even care about their console anymore. Why would they even align with GTA? Like, they're not trying to move consoles anymore. And this is a console mover. This day, May 26th, people are going to be coming out of every corner of the globe to buy a PlayStation, probably. Because if we're talking about how dire the console is now in May, the Xbox, who the hell knows what's next year, May 26, 2026? Man, last year at this time, it was just 4 games, Grinders. It was just 4 games.
I mean,
who knows?
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back.
Who knows? Phil, you don't got to go back. Last year at this time, it was just 4 games. Now look at we got Gears coming to PlayStation. Who the hell knows what 2026 is going to bring us, Grinders? Who the hell knows? Will it even be on store shelves? Can you even get an Xbox? Because
where the box is in the name of our brand.
Who maybe? Oh, Euphoria is a third-party middleware that they use with their Rage engine. Thank you, Nick. Nick clarifying the thing. All we know is kick-ass physics, Nick. That's all I know is kick-ass physics. People stumble, they go off the curb. It's pretty wild. It's incredible. The physics, I love the physics that they use in GTA. It's pretty wild. But really, like, who knows at this time? And this is a console mover. So whoever's standing tall, which I think we know who's going to be standing tall, you know, at that time. Listen, this is where people will upgrade. People who don't have consoles will buy this. This is just like, and this is what's crazy, Grind, is that I don't think we saw the impact as much with GTA 5, but I feel like GTA 6 has the chance to replicate what GTA 3 did for PlayStation 2. I remember that. It was wild. Like, I picked up a PlayStation 2 for, like, you know, to play it. And that was the only thing I got. But I really think this, given the situation that we're in now, I really think that this game has the potential to leapfrog PlayStation into the next stratosphere. Just like what GTA 3 did. Because I remember GTA 4 definitely was marketed by Microsoft. They had the 2 exclusive things, so it was kind of like a poll. It was the first time GTA was day and date on Xbox, was GTA 4, and Microsoft got marketing with that and the 2 exclusive DLCs, Battle Gate Tony and the Archangel one, or the motorcycle one. And then GTA 5 kind of came out, and that was just ubiquitous everywhere when it came out. So it really wasn't you know, it was at the end of the generation, and, you know, PlayStation was catching up and things like that, so it wasn't too much there. And then off the heels of the PS4 success, and then they just updated it. But you know, GTA 6 though, it's yeah, given the market where it is, I really think that this, like, it's gonna be 95-97% people going console and going this, and especially if captured on PS5, we didn't even see it on the Pro, and then you got that Pro advantage on top of that. So you got this thing looking like this, and if you got a PS5 Pro now taking this and looking like taking this to the next level of clarity during gameplay or frame rates, I really think, like, you know, you got another winner. It's going to be the best place to play. And the fact that PlayStation's lining up with this, if they do a bundle, I don't even know what to say. If they do exclusive panels, and they do the panels and stuff, like, it's there for the taking. It's just how much is Sony going to do, and how much does Sony want to just go to the stratosphere, because there's no competition anymore. That's it. There's no competition now, and in the last 4 years. What is it going to be next year? Like, I think that the fact that this is coming out in May makes it even more dire for the Xbox console itself, because it's just and this is what kind of shocks me here, and we'll get into the next thing. Is that one of the things that kind of shocks me is that, knowing that this game was on the horizon, I can't believe how quickly Microsoft is positioning themselves off of the console, increasing the price, putting gears on PlayStation, hyping up a PC handheld that's not going to get this game. Like, Microsoft going into bed with Xbox PC, that doesn't help Xbox with this, because this is not on Xbox PC. And it just shocks me of how aggressive they are to just kind of poo-poo this and just like, yeah, if you're gonna get it, and not wait until GTA actually hits to do something, because this is a console mover. And the fact that they are willing, they're doing so aggressively what they're doing, and how aggressively abandoning their hardware, where this is the only place to play GTA. There's 2 consoles, dude. There's an Xbox and a PlayStation. And how aggressive they are, just like, dude, yep. Gears on PlayStation, Xbox PC. It's like, dude, Xbox PC. I don't care how many stickers you put on a PC. It don't play this game. That's why I am in shock. How out of touch, that's right. How out of touch they are. To let this game that they're just, like I said, I won't even know. Like, they're going to bundle the Xbox with a PlayStation controller. I don't even know what they're going to do. But totally out of touch. I know, Easy Tone, they want to kill the hardware. They probably hate that GTA is coming to an Xbox. So, like, oh, man. They're like, oh, man. They probably hate that GTA is coming to Xbox. Like, oh, I wish it just came to PlayStation. But it's crazy to me that they have just let this go. But this game, you know, it looks insane. They even have, let me see, they even have on the website, they have a couple of areas like CA6, where they have here. They have, let me see if it'll let me in here. Like, yeah, here's the thing, and yo, also too, I didn't play it, but the music is insane. Like, it's so cool being in Vice City, dude. Let's see, they got this. Another Day in Paradise. They're gonna have a crazy music. They're gonna have the playlists. And Lucia Caminos. The badass, man. Ew. I like the idea of like this Jekyll and Hyde type, not Jekyll and Hyde, I'm sorry, but the Bonnie and Clyde type thing. I think this is a more natural way of doing like kind of back and forth between characters rather than what they did in a 5 where they had you like going through 3 different crazy characters and stuff. But I really think this is definitely much more honed in. It looks like it, at least on there. But here's some of the characters, dude. The details are insane. You know, this game. Booby! Booby! Look at these character models. These are crazy. The keys, you go down to the keys, man. Oh, man. Look, the manatees. So the dolphins and manatees. Oh, it is the grass rivers. Yo, this is insane. Look at this. Look at the models. This is insane. It has such a cool look to it, man. Jiggle physics are good. That's right, Kratos. Approved. Like, yo, we're gonna go all Florida, man. They're doing all Florida. I just go back and forth, look at the animations of this, the details, man. It is sick. Ambrosia. Oh, there's the guy that wanted to do the car thing. This looks crazy. This picture right here, man, this looks insane. The arm here, it's sick. Oh, you think he's an undercover cop? Oh man, that'd be wild. Yo, there you go, and there where it's available. The thing is, though, is like then you come and you see the date, you're like, oh man, like over a year from now, it's like, oh, jeez, you know, it's just damn. Like, you know, that's the one thing. Like, I was so hyped. I was like, yo, if this was coming out like this holiday, yo, I don't know if I would just be like glazed. I'll have that GTA 6 glaze. Grinders, hit that like button for the GTA 6 glaze. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be having that kind of glaze. I'll be like this. What are you playing? I'm like,
I don't know. Like, I have to go
and this has been a crazy year too, man. It's been a crazy year, and you know what? Kind of, there's a good part where that, hey, at least, you know, all right, it's coming out in May. Everybody knows, because we're just like, where's GTA gonna fall in the holiday? And it coming out in May. You know, and my thing, I'm hoping that it comes out in May and does not get delayed to the end of next year. That's what I'm worried about, because I know Grinders, I know my memory, I don't recall a GTA coming out like the first half of a year. It always came in the second half, right? I don't recall. I don't know what GTA 3 did, but I remember 4 and 5. I think they because 5 I think did this too. This, like, they were talking about spring for GTA 5, then they pushed it out to fall. So I'm hoping they make the May 26th date and we don't get a delay like in January, that this is coming out the end of next year, because that's a possibility. That is a possibility, and that will be sucky, because you know what they do. Like, they start delaying games now to the first half of next year. See, GTA 5 came out September, which I think it got delayed. 5 came out in March, Josh? Kratos says it came out September. I thought it got delayed. GTA 5. I thought GTA 5 was coming spring and then got delayed. Oh, Red Dead got delayed. That's the one that got delayed. That's what it was. So I'm hoping. I hope they make this date, because that game can't come soon enough. That is definitely, yeah, no question. There's day one. I'm not even going to say what the prices of are going to be. I don't care. This is gaming euphoria right there. GTA 6. They know what they're doing, and there's a reason why they take 30 goddamn years to make a game. So that's what you do, because this is a one and done. They put it out, and it is like cruise control, and this thing lives on for the next decade. Hey, True Virgil's back in here. Oh my goodness, True Virgil, where have you been? My goodness. True Virgil came back. You saw those prices? What happened, True Virgil? You saw the prices of Phil Spencer? Welcome back, True Virgil. Haven't played this in a while. Entry music.
This is the remix. This is the remix. And you goggle my balls. Goggle my balls in your jaw. This is the remix.
There you go. Welcome back, True Virgil. Gotta give you the proper intro music. Gotta come in there. It's like a wrestler. He's back. He's back. Well, I hope the Xbox is still around and still working by the time May 26th comes around. But man, oh man, they is cooking. It looks awesome. And like I said, look, available on 2 platforms. That's it, dude. That's why I am just still flabbergasted, bamboozled, digital foundried on how the hell is Microsoft moving so fast to shove that Xbox in the ground with ET. We know where it's going, right? I think we know what to do. Like, Phil Spencer takes a look at that Xbox and he's just like, yeah, I think.
For 6 years, I taught you how to go for the W. You could have been one of the greats. And now look at yourself. You're not even a has-been. You're a never was.
Oh, man. Phil Spencer's saying to bury it. He's saying to bury it. He says, move over, ET. I got room for you. That's what he said. Oh, shit. Like, yeah, that's why I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. How can you not leverage that thing? It shows that they, like, just like they didn't want to leverage Call of Duty. And they're just like, yep, well, it feels like, God, he's like, man, Rockstar, why couldn't you put it on Xbox PC? Unless they try to do some scamming. We're going to talk about it. Maybe they'll do some scamming where they'll be like, well, you could play GTA 6 on PC with cloud. But again, I don't know if Rockstar's going to allow that. See, that's always the issue with clouds and all that stuff. Like, you can't just be putting other people's games on the cloud if their publisher doesn't want it there. So I don't know how this Xbox PC or whatever the hell it's going to be. Like, I don't know if that's going to play all your games or all these other games and if they're going to allow it. But it just seems such a strange time. Like, you are a year away from the most anticipated console game ever. And you are trying to get away from it as fast as you can, and you're leaving Sony sitting there, and they got a Pro sitting there. Like, the Pro is crazy how that now has become just another thorn in the side of everything that Microsoft is trying to. Like, it is just like now their games don't even run best on their own hardware. Like, the Pro is getting better versions of their games. Like, you can never, I come on this show every friggin' time, and I shake my head as to how the hell did we get here? You could not even write this. This has got to be a book of the ages. This has to be a book of books of how the hell they got into this situation. The timing for a company that made you wait for so long and wait for their games and wait. They waited until the hole was dug for them and they jumped in it. They said, yep, just wait, and we'll move over and we're jumping in. It is crazy. They just waited and waited. They waited for their grave to be dug and then jumped in head first. That they're just like, yo, we mistimed GTA, we mistimed the Pro, we mistimed tariffs. Like, yo, we have just, it is a recipe for a disaster, a train wreck. What did I say? A train wreck? A disaster? An absolute flabbergaster.
It was a disaster, Ryan. It was a train wreck. It was a disaster, Ryan. It was a train wreck. It was a disaster.
A disaster. You can't, I'm telling you, like, it is as a Xbox fan, you couldn't even watch the disaster that this was. Halo was timed wrong, didn't even launch. Grind is like the Trojan horse, by the way, Don John. Oh man, not like this. The Trojan horse. Oh no, not like that. But yeah, like I'm just incredible that you have these two, and that was all captured on the PlayStation 5. It looks incredible. You basically sold PlayStation 5s just by showing that friggin' game. And on top of that, GTA has always been associated with PlayStation because of the PlayStation 2 with GTA 3. And Grinders, we remember, right? Another like, yo, you can't, do I have it? Let me see. I don't even know if I have it as the short. I think I do. Grinders. Hit that like button. I think I do. While we're talking GTA, we're gonna go visit something real friggin' funny. Whoa. Where is it? Where is it? Oh man, is this it? Wait a second. Is this it? Hold on. No, Grinders. I have it. You want to talk something about funny about GTA? Wait a second. We're gonna have a. Oh my god, where is it? I thought I had it. Oh no. Let me see what Microsoft and GTA and they turned down. Oh, where the hell is it? There it is. You're right, I did have it. Yo, there it is. Watch this. You want to talk about Microsoft making bad decisions? There's GTA 6, right? Hey, Phil, why don't you tell them what happened? Wait, let's go Grindhouse clips. We need to go down to Grindhouse clips here. Hold on. Wait a second. I need Grindhouse clips cooking. We're here to make sure that it works on the edge. You're going to make this work on the edge? Yes, we're here to work it on the edge. Yes. Dear my friend, and we're gonna make it work on you. Oh, Xbox Ninjas. You're the best that they got to make this thing optimized? Yes.
To my surprise, it was rejected.
And that game was called Grand Theft Auto 3.
It ended up selling 14.5 million units. It was the top-selling game of 2001 and would have been the top-selling game of 2002 if it wasn't beaten by its own sequel.
It was the pass heard around the industry. Despite seeing Grand Theft Auto 3 go to PlayStation, Microsoft was still well-positioned.
I heard that one before.
To my surprise, it was rejected.
And that game was called Grand Theft Auto 3.
Phil, what do you have to say about turning down GTA?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the.
Yeah, you gotta go back. Yeah, you do, Jack.
Like, I'd have to go back and look at the. It's
just horrible, man.
It ended up selling 14.5 million units. It was the top-selling game of 2001 and would have been the top-selling game of 2002 if it wasn't beaten by its own sequel.
It was the pass heard around the industry.
The pass heard around the industry. Phil!
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd have to agree that boxed is in the name of our brand.
Dude, you guys suck. Meanwhile, you green light goddamn, what is it, animal connectables and all this other horse shit. Turn down goddamn GTA. You're like, yeah, we don't want that. We just want to buy Nintendo. Yo, this company, please. I you know what? Maybe for the best. Maybe for the best that they just kind of shoot themselves in the foot like they always have been, because that's it, dude. But I'm still in shock. But why would I guess? Why not? Why not? Like, I'm still just, you really don't want to ride it out. All those fans that lined up and bought your piece of crap goddamn Xboxes with Halo on the box. You didn't want to wait it out. You got to move out of here faster than anything. You sly sons of bitches, Phil.
Xbox no, Phil des.
Well, and hyping up a device that can't even play one of the biggest games of this of this decade.
You're my number one customer.
The biggest game ever. And you're going to be sitting there talking about the next thing we're going to talk about. They can't even play this game. Go home. You're done. Just get out of it. I don't even know why you bought these companies. Sell them off, get rid of them, give them to somebody who cares. Dude, I booted up Call of Duty today. And God, Seth Rogen is there as a talk show host talking about weed. I'm like, what the hell is this? I just want to play a game of domination. Why is there a Seth Rogen game show? And then it's like, guys, you could buy the battle pass and play as Seth Rogen in a goddamn clown suit. I'm like, what? And then they got these guns that turn into bongs and guns that turn into... I'm like, what the hell is this? What's going on here? What are we doing here? It was like a game show. I'm like, yo, this is trash. What the hell does this game turn into? What is this? I just want to play domination. Why is there Seth? Who the hell wants to play as friggin' Seth Rogen? Who wants to play as him? You didn't see this, Josh? Did nobody boot up Call of Duty and see the promotion that they're running right now? Yo. Dude. Yo. Nobody has seen this shit. Wait, where is it? When you boot it up. Look at this. You want to see some horse shit? Look at this. This is what Microsoft got going on in Call of Duty. They're going to make it better. Look at this. Look at this. You get off a bong plane. What are we doing here, you piece of shit? Look at this. Look at this. What the fuck is this game? You got marijuana bombs. Like, this is not even, like, they got, like, this is insane. This is the new battle pass. Look at this shit. This is what Call of Duty has turned into. It really is a goddamn clown show. It belongs with Microsoft. Well, this is the character. This is what, dude. What the what is this? What the hell is going on here? This is the shit that they got going on. I booted up Call of Duty. I just want to play domination. I got this. They buy it, and you got to pay for this shit. This shit should be free for the clownery that this is. This is what they think is going to keep the game alive? This is keeping the game alive? Microsoft, you stupid asses. You were supposed to make it better. You were supposed to use the billions and trillions of dollars to make Call of Duty a better place. They were going to fix Call of Duty, they said, these dopey bastard Glaze clowns. And this, in May, this is what we're doing here. This is what Seth Rogen's skin in a clown suit. This is what we're coming back with. Jesus. This is going to bring them back. You know, a little puff off the plane. Holy shit. I can tell you exactly what this is.
Plus it's fucking raw shit. Raw chicken. It's raw. Fucking raw. No, raw Carol. Fucking raw. Fuck off. And by the way, it's raw.
That's fucking raw. I booted it up. I was like, what is going on here? I am like, what are we doing here? I don't know who asked for that shit. Dude, I don't know who asked for that shit. Swallow Pony Juice with the Seek 200. He goes, I still see this tree. Gamers out here with their stupid ass influencing speeches on their GTA commentary videos. Still to this day, they're trying to downplay so much better performance in the PS5 Pro compared to regular PS5s. Dude, the proof is in the pudding. Thank you for the chat. Dude, all I'm saying is that with every game that comes out, with every game that's cooking, with every game, speaking of Call of Duty, we'll talk about this. With every game that's cooking, you'll see that the PS5 Pro is getting all those enhancements. They're getting those things. It's the better place to play, the sharper place to play, the best console experience that you could have right now. And now price is not a factor anymore, because look, Microsoft has now increased their price of their same old, not updated hardware to be more money than the Pro. That's wild. That's wild. It's insane. That there, and like I keep emphasizing that Microsoft did not make any slim updates, no RAM updates, nothing. They did nothing to enhance the hardware at all, except slapping an extra terabyte in it. And now that console, and Aaron Greenberg stripper glitter, and that console now is more money than the one that has more terabyte, a new form factor, and having more power, and a PSSR, and is capable of playing VR if you want to, and has a Portal first-party accessory that enhances that. Like the options with that as well, in addition to just the capabilities of that console. And that console was poo-pooed for too much money. And now they got the same old Xbox hardware, the same one you could buy 5 years ago, costing more. Insane. Insane. And remember, speaking of Call of Duty and the foolery that's going on, this is how desperate they are. This is rumored to be that they are going to bundle Call of Duty Black Ops in a PS5. A PS5 Slim Standard and a Slim Digital. This has been rumored going on that they're going to do this, and this may happen next month in June to try to get people back, because Seth Rogen ain't going to do it. I'll tell you that right now. Seth Rogen not going to do that shit. That stupid ass clownery going on there. Good night, Ice Queen. So right now, dude, if they come together and bundle, this is not even a Sega move anymore, Grinders. This is, Phil said he doesn't want to do slimy things. Yo, he is slithering and slimy as much as he can to his own brand. It is insane. It needs to be studied, Grinders. That's why we study this here, because the sliminess that he has created with the brand, it is insane. You went 2 years to get Call of Duty, and now when the deal is done, everybody was counting the days when the deal was done. Then Microsoft didn't even bundle. They're like, oh, Sony still got the deal. Sony still got the deal. And if this rumor is true, it is going to be a kick in the nuts with a slap in the face.
I have an exciting life now. Breakfast to go. You're going to love my nuts. Watch this.
It will be one of those things where it is like, are you kidding me? You spent billions of dollars to do this, to just keep everything the way it was. And this is why I was against this whole thing, because there was no reason for Microsoft to own any of this shit. And everybody talking about their publishing and publishing grinders. Microsoft's been putting out games that we were going to get anyway. They were going to get anyway. It's just they have spent $80 billion to put their name on it, or just to say they're publishing it. That's it. But
whatever
they
your
never
name
put
is, get ready for the big surprise.
any of the money to market these games, to make them identify with Microsoft and Xbox. Because in addition to spending $80 billion, they needed to spend money to then make it identify with their brand. That's why this whole platform that they're trying to build after this console, there's no identity. And that's why I said, with all their games now coming day and date to PlayStation and potentially a Switch and on PC, there is no need for Xbox anything anymore. It's Xbox became not Netflix. Xbox became Blockbuster. That's what they became. They became irrelevant. They became an irrelevant rental service. They're not the Netflix. They're not making new content and new shows and engaging and stuff like that. They're not Netflix. They're Blockbuster. They became a goddamn, let's just, oh, you renting a movie tonight? Yeah, go get it in Game Pass. That's what they became. Not Netflix. Netflix is actually doing shit. They became an irrelevant goddamn, you got a whole shopping center, all the stores are closed and there's one Blockbuster on the corner. That's what they became. Oh, look, the Blockbuster's still open. We're going to rent the movie tonight? Because that's all it is. There is no games associated with the brand. Oh, well, wait, Call of Duty? Oh, yeah, I got to go get that on Xbox Game Pass. People don't even know. Yes, they became GameFly, but I would say Blockbuster, because Blockbuster's gone. That's what they're going to be. And they think by slapping their brand on existing hardware, dude, you may be able to manipulate your dumbass investors, but you're not manipulating the consumer at all. Because people, it's like Apple putting a sticker on Android, on a Samsung phone. Like, people know that's an Android phone. They're not going to say that's an Apple, an iPad. Microsoft's doing that. They're taking everybody else's shit, everybody else's services, everybody else's hardware, and they think they could be a virus and just kind of piggyback onto it. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll just sit back here and put a little sticker on it and we'll be good. And no, because those companies like Asus, which we're going to talk about, and all those companies that work hard, like Apple and Samsung and Google, they know how much they invested in their brand and their identity. And they're not going to make it easy for you to come and just leech off of their successes. Because that's exactly what they're doing. They're just leeching off other people's stuff. This is an Xbox. That campaign fell flat on its face because it's stupid. Because there is no Xbox. There is no identity. All this billions of dollars they spent have not given them any kind of identity. Nobody associates Doom with Microsoft. Nobody associates even Starfield with Xbox or even Call of Duty with Xbox. There's nothing. That's why Call of Duty did so great on PlayStation. There was no effort. There was nothing to make these brands identify with Xbox. They just thought, we'll just spend the money and we'll just reap the benefits. And that's all they've done. They spent the money and they reaped the benefits of Candy Crush. That's it. But they're not making the marketing to bring this brand, to make these identify that, oh, I'll get it in Game Pass. That's a Microsoft IP. They have done nothing in that instance. Like with great power comes great responsibility. If you're going to spend all that money to own these big franchises, then you got to have the responsibility to make these franchises identify with your brand. Which, it's crazy that they really, really, really spent all that money just to put this in a service that's not growing, that has saturated everything that's been on, that is getting price increases, and that sits in a stupid Xbox app on PC that nobody cares about and only cares about it because it's $13, $12. It's a dying service. And they spent all this money just to take games that they were going to get anyway. And instead of making new games and new IPs and better experiences for the franchises that people identify with them, like Gears, like Halo, even Crackdown, bring these franchises and give them the quality that they deserve, you took that money and just said, we want to put those games in our shit service. And that is all we want to do, to spend all that money. We're going to keep shipping them on PlayStation. We're going to put them in more places. We're going to dilute the hell out of Call of Duty and brand until it's nothing left. We're going to milk this shit to the ground. And it's not even what Sega did. Sega at least said, hey, we're done with the hardware. Here's our games and we're going there. Microsoft is just destroying from the inside. It's crazy. It's insane that they spent all that money, grinders, to do this. Man, if this happens next month,
Grab your controller.
It's Friday. Hit that like button.
Compete. Xbox, take your seat. We're always last in the race, and we will always be beat. Gonna spend more cash, make ourselves complete. Yeah. We need $80 billion. Gotta make a splash to be relevant. We'll go all out, no holding back. Led by Philness and Booty, we'll bring the games everywhere. No more sucking, it's time to show we can. Let's start by bringing Pentiment. Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi, Russian grounded games over to PlayStation and Switch. And we will say that exclusives don't matter anymore. And then wait when we get Starfield ready for the pitch. Big Booty Bobby and Lulu walked out with the bag, and now we're left with all these IPs. What the hell are we supposed to do?
Insane. So I don't know how legit D-Labs is, or whatever it is. Ryan, where's Matt Booty? Dude, I don't even know, man. He's been wiping his ass for 2 years. I don't know where that shithead is. Matt Booty, my God. The dude's in charge of all this. They probably made it. He's probably more a PlayStation right now, making sure those games work. My goodness gracious. Know what's crazy? That some of these glazes, they sit there and they think, yo, they thought that Microsoft was actually going to Xbox was going to do something with spending $80 billion. Oh, we're going to make this our IP. We're going to take it from Sony. We're going to do this. They did nothing. If nothing, they enhanced it. Easy Tone with the 2. He goes, any thoughts on Mafia, the old country, at $50? Dude, I missed that friggin' replay. I missed that show. That was over at PAX, which I'm not at PAX this year. I'm hyped up for Mafia. I like the Mafia games, and if it's at 50, listen. I really think that there are going to be some companies that push for making a game that maybe shouldn't be $70 and making it $70 and seeing what they could get away with. And then there are going to be some that go, you know what? If we just put our game at $70 or at $60, we're just going to be part of the crew. But maybe if we drop the price, we could sell more and make that up. And I think, we're seeing that. And I think people, publishers and stuff like that, and more of these other type of publishers may look at, hey, maybe it's $60, $70. We'll get that we won't get that sticker shock, and we'll basically, probably draw more attention. I know everybody keeps going crazy about the price of Expedition 33 and the quality that it is. Like it's almost back to like how Hellblade 1 was before Microsoft got it. Hellblade 1, which was a $30 game, and that was and I always said this, like that was the allure of Hellblade. Like Hellblade was an experiment, the first one, for the price. It was $30. It was an indie game that had this level of detail and polish that you wouldn't get in a $30 game. And maybe Take-Two is like, yo, what? We're going to get 70 for Borderlands. We're going to get 100 for GTA. Let's make Mafia 50. I don't know. But maybe that's it. You got other ones, you tier them off. You put them in some tiers. But, I think that's a great price for that game. I really think that, when we're talking about $60, $70, $80, like it really, I'm telling you, if you're at the top, this is the thing that's going to happen. The market's going to choose. Talk about pricing, right? My thoughts on this whole thing is that when you price at $80, more judgments are going to be made. There's going to be a lot of kind of bias to it. Like, it's like, okay, well, let's see. It should be glitch free. There should be a higher set of expectations, as there should be, by the consumer on an $80 priced game. And publishers may see that and go, well, wait a second. Maybe we don't need that inherent bias that will come with charging this much. Let's do this at $60, $70 or $60 and maybe avoid some of that. And it's going to be depending on costs and how much it is to make it. But they will be judged accordingly. I think Expedition 33, the way that it is, at the price and the graphics on it and the polish on it, I think that's incredible. And I think that games like that set the tones and make people double think about, what do we charge for this? Like, could we get away with charging this much? But it's going to be tough on it. But I do feel that, there will be more judgments with higher price games. There will be. And we will see. And the market will level itself out. Or maybe price it at $80 on day one, and then maybe in a couple of months, Ubisoft style, put it on sale more aggressively. I haven't seen so many sales of Call of Duty, man. It's been very aggressive. They're definitely hurting. And this was one of their better Call of Duties. And it's crazy. It's been the news came out here just speaking about the Call of Duty, which I kind of got into it and I didn't want to, but it's here. Where is it? Well, here's the Mafia gameplay. Yeah, I'll cover the Mafia gameplay on this, but yeah, according to the game business, one of the things here is saying that Call of Duty was the most popular place for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on launch. But as of March 2025, PlayStation has retaken the lead with 33% of the Call of Duty players and Xbox now at 32%. So they did kind of an analysis about like if Call of Duty has done anything in Game Pass. Was this did this gamble paid off? And Chris Dring now on his new thing basically questioned, did it happen?
In March 2025, according to Ampere, there were 20.6 million players of Call of Duty. That includes Warzone, that includes Black Ops 6, that includes those. That is less than the year before.
Time's of the essence now. If you're a mobile game developer with an established product, you should implement this Apple tax.
And really, has it worked? And it seems like it did a big push. Last year, Call of Duty resulted in positive. Microsoft declared it the biggest Call of Duty ever. 33.7 million. Huge 13 million increase the year before. But Modern Warfare 3 was just the most disappointing Call of Duty. So we really weren't comparing apples to apples yet again. And then it goes here that it's worth going back for another year, like comparisons, saying that Modern Warfare 2 and the other high point for the franchise that attracted 31.4 million. So Black Ops 6 player count was nearly 2.5 million higher than previous, but then it dropped off. So in terms of revenue, the situation's less clear, but in terms of Game Pass subscriptions, there was an obvious jump. Again, they didn't give us new numbers of Game Pass subscriptions. They didn't say we increased by 7 million because of Call of Duty. The firm said the launch was just the biggest single day sale of Game Pass subscribers. Shout out to Cosmic Hero with the 10. He goes, Microsoft bought Call of Duty and it fell off a cliff, and now they run back to Sony. It's almost poetic. I know, Cosmic. It is really shocking in how this has fallen apart. Like, because they must be so desperate for getting their money back. Like, the business has taken over. Like, they really are. So it's got to be dire. Like they gotta be hanging on the ropes right now. This whole Microsoft division and gaming. I mean, this Xbox gaming. Yeah, that's right, Gambit. About engagement numbers. The engagement numbers, my ass. Engagement numbers don't mean shit. They don't pay the bills. But we've always said that Call of Duty is kind of Microsoft needed. They needed to uplift it. Like it was a damaged item. Like it was down on its downswing. Like Big Booty Bobby was like riding it to its death. It was getting beaten up. It was just status quo. They did a bunch of like weird DLC. They went back to Modern Warfare. Like this was finally a brand new campaign in the Black Ops series with zombies, with multiplayer. This is probably the best that it needed to be. And all that for a drop of blood. Like, I don't think it gets better than that. I think it just continues. Like, Microsoft wants to do to set it and forget it, and this thing needs nurturing. This thing needs a rebranding. Call of Duty needs a refresh. It needs a refresh. And I don't think Microsoft's there to bring that refresh to it. I think they're just going to ride it out and just set it and forget it and let it just keep its same people and just, they're big numbers. They're not going to deny that they're not big numbers. They are big numbers, but it is definitely on the downswing. There needs to be some nourishment to this brand. Like, I don't think it can ride it out like Minecraft. I think it needs a jolt. And, and more competition. Who knows what EA does with Battlefield? Who knows what these free... I don't know. And even Warzone's in challenging now by bringing back Verdisk or Verdang, whatever the hell it's called. They were like, well, depending on how that does, depends if we're going to continue with it. Like, they are really assessing this stuff. And Microsoft is money hungry right now. They're in the business of trying to get as much money as possible. Hence, why they're porting everything off to PlayStation so haphazardly. Forza with Janky Jones and then announcing Gears. Like, you sit here and go, what was the purpose of announcing Gears Ultimate Edition or what the hell is it called? Reloaded, offloaded, I'm calling it. Grinders, you heard it here first. This Gears game is called Gears Offloaded because that's exactly what this is. It's not reloaded. It's Ultimate, but it's being offloaded to PC, Steam, and PlayStation. So we're calling it here Gears Offloaded. That's what it is, because it really was a nothing burger for the Xbox. It was like, oh yeah, this is just Gears Ultimate with a little bit of a twinkle, a little Aaron Greenberg stripper glitter on it. The real announcement was that this is going to PlayStation and Steam PC and Steam. So it's Gears Offloaded. That's what that is. But it's all haphazard. Just same thing why announcing Janky Jones in September. That's coming to PlayStation in end of April. Why these announcements? Like, you are really making sure nobody second guesses buying a PlayStation. If they're in the business of buying a console, you're making the easy decision. Do not buy. Like, just put "do not buy" on the box. Right, Phil?
Where that box is in the name.
Just take the Xbox and just put a "do not buy" sticker. Offloaded. It's done. You have made you are pre-announcing big franchises. You didn't even wait to June for Gears Offloaded. You didn't even wait for June. You didn't even do a mid-gen refresh to your console. You called the Series X the mid-gen refresh. Still nobody buying it. Spent all this money. Like, it is really like Phil Spencer really went out there like a drunk. He just said, buying everybody. Phil, what are you doing with all this stuff? Phil.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at
Phil, you just spent $80 billion. You got all this IP. You got Xboxes here, the brand. What are you doing with it?
I don't know. Like,
no, it's a hard question.
Look at
but you were quick to buy everybody. 8 studios. Buy ZeniMax, the whole fucking thing. Buy all Activision, all of it. And then now you're sitting there with your head in your pants going, we lost all this money, and going, Phil, what are you going to do with all this?
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at
I don't know. And there it is. The Call of Duty franchise saw users decline after the Black Ops 6 launch more sharply than in recent years. Is that the Game Pass effect? Because that's exactly what Microsoft said under oath about Game Pass. It cannibalizes sales, especially in the first 12 months. See, that's why I've always preached on here about this day one Game Pass. When you have a big flux, you're touting from the rooftops on day 1 and day 2 because a whole bunch of freeloading subscriptionists are playing the game, are checking it out. But then the only way you're going to go is down. You're not going to have a revamp. You're not going to like, oh, we put it on sale and it's going to have a second life. No. The only way you go is down. And it's the rate of decline. And how did a game that had the most players ever decline more sharply in recent years than any other Call of Duty? Because this was the first time Call of Duty was not owned by people. That's why. It's because it's the first year that Call of Duty was not a purchase. It was the first year that Call of Duty was an option.
Black Ops 6 day one Game Pass.
Black Ops 6
sweet, right? Like,
some people said I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, most people in this room have probably been used to spending $60-$70 on it every year. Now, if they're already subscribing to Game Pass,
and
good to go.
But it's a choice. Like, we didn't say to anybody, you have to subscribe to play.
You listen to him and you watch what's really happening in reality, and you think he's on the xCloud, Cloud 9. What do you think is going to happen? You're losing. I want to know. Some of that may be caused by Game Pass, that subscribers are more likely to try and put it down if it's not for them. Who does that benefit? Who does that benefit, Grinders? A bunch of people trying something and then jumping off. Engagement numbers, what does that do? That doesn't even keep them subscribed to your service. That doesn't even keep them subscribed. They jump on if there's nothing that interests them. They're off. Shout out to El Nini with the 10. He goes, it's a choice.
Indie's the best Xbox exclusive in years, and specifically in 3 years.
It's a choice. Yeah, well. And know what else is funny too, Grinders? I don't know if you heard, but listening to some of the Xbox faithful shows and stuff, I hear a lot of their own gaming filness that they do. I got it stacked. I've stacked up for 3 years of Game Pass. Oh, I got it with a bunch of Chips Ahoy that I've been eating and I'm adding up. You find that everybody's been scamming Xbox Game Pass. Hell, I've been scamming this shit. I'll tell you right now. It comes with my PC for 3 months. I add it. I go get a Samsung the laptop, Samsung computer, I add it. I go right to the game. I'm like, add it. Every device comes with it. Why not? You get a laptop, 3 months. You get a desktop, 3 months. You get a Samsung tablet, 2 months. You get an iPad, a month. I'll tell you that. But I'm not telling you to go, and this is the best service ever. But the people that were saying that were the ones scamming. Nobody was legit paying for that thing in and out every friggin' month, telling you this is the best value because I believe in it. I subscribe to it. I do that with PlayStation Plus, essentially. Like, I get it at a discount for 20% off. That's how I get the PlayStation discount, and I recommend it as a buyer's tip for everybody. But I choose to buy it. I'm not getting it with controllers and stuff. I choose to subscribe to that because I find there's value in that. Like, I will tell you if I find something valuable to me. But again, that's to me, maybe not to you. But for somebody to be on this stand and chant about this is a Game Pass, because guess what? It's all coming to a head. Because the only thing standing is going to be Game Pass. That's it. And we're going to see the power of this future that Yellow Chairs and friends been talking about. Just like Mr. Yellow Chair, all those clowns. Our good friend here.
Indie's the best Xbox exclusive in years, and specifically in 3 years.
Like zoinks. Talking about Game Pass value. Oh, thanks for giving me the game to try out. Thanks for Doom. Thank you for the new console. Remember all those Series X's that were getting shipped out to everybody? Remember that? Yeah. Remember everybody who's breathing green, who had a green logo was getting Xboxes. All that glazing is coming due. The deglaze is happening. The deglaze. And guess who's doing it? Not PlayStation. Not Nintendo. Not PlayStation fans. Not Nintendo fans. The deglazing is happening by the one who glazed you in the first place. Mr. Phil Glorious Spencer.
I don't know.
Like, Bass is fucking raw shit.
Raw deal.
Raw chicken. It's raw. Fucking raw. They look raw. Raw, Carol. fucking raw! Raw! Fuck off. And by the way, it's raw.
It's a raw deal, Grinders. The one who glazed them all up, took them to rooftop parties, give me X in the skies, are the ones canceling FanFests, are the ones deglazing the shit out of them. And now that they get the glaze out of their eyes, you know, where are they? I need to see. Where is it? Where are my things? Grinders, you know what time it is. You know what it is.
The Xbox Glaze and the Glaze at Xbox Discord to spread PlayStation fun.
The buried treasure is gemstones of juicy glazed blackberries, raspberries.
They're glazed up. The deglazing is coming.
You're my number one customer.
The buried treasure is gemstones of juicy glazed blackberries, raspberries.
They're glazing up. They're glazing up. And now it's deglazing by the same person who spread them out. Hand them Xbox, goddamn, what is it? Cotton candies, Xbox tramp stamps. I saw some people in the chat from my last show was saying they need to have a fan fest, Grinders. They need to have a tattoo removal station. They need tramp stamp removal pronto. They canceled Game Fest. Like, guys, no more Fan Fest. People are like, I gotta get this tattoo removed. Vapor chamber up my ass. Booty signed me last year. He goes, they're screwing me right now. I need a tattoo removal station. It's like, sorry. No Fan Fest this year. All tattoos are permanent. Ridiculous. Easy Tone with the most popular the super chat going on here with $10. He goes, what drives me nuts about Mr. Yellow Chair is the whole get your pitchforks out and take Gears and Forza, and now he's like, it's a smart new strategy. Don't lie to our faces about what you said. Exactly, Easy Town. They're all exposed, dude. They are all exposed. And they're the same people that called all this negativity. Oh, you're negative if you don't want Microsoft to buy Call of Duty. You're negative. It's consolidation. They'll make it better. They'll make the game more accessible. All this horse shit. And all this stuff. Those people now that get all this shit for free and talked about they're not doing any of this stuff. Dude, they were dead wrong. Now, granted, we never knew that Microsoft was going to go that quick and that hard on this thing, dude. He never knew that he was going to, I don't think anybody was, and this is what I said, I don't think anybody was aware how hard and how fast, pause.
I don't know.
How hard and how fast that he was going to pull the rug from under them. Someone will go, just rip the Band-Aid off. Dude, they're not ripping the Band-Aid off. They're fast. They are pulling it slow, making sure it pulls on every friggin' hair of those Xbox fans. It's ripping every single strand of hair off. It is a slow, painful rip. It is not an easy rip. It's not a Sega rip. Like, guys, we're done. We out. Deal with it this week, we're done. No. That's why I said what Microsoft is doing and Xbox is doing, they are destroying this thing from the inside. They're pulling an Avengers Civil War bullshit. They're killing the Xbox Glaze from the inside, man. They're going inside out Glaze. They are doing it inside. They are ripping it from the core. This is not a Band-Aid pull like, oh, we're done, guys, cash out. No, this is like, yeah, guys. Oh, it's Gears Ultimate and you get nothing. Oh, yeah, and guess what? Wait, we didn't even do Halo yet. Oh, it's the best Forza we got. We're not giving them no horse shit Forza Motorsport that took 7 years to make and nobody's playing it. We're going to give them the best Forza, Horizon, the one that... Yo, they are treating you... It is insane. That's why I can't believe there is not outrage from these channels that were totally believing in this stuff and watching what they're doing, and they can't just be like, yo, this is bullshit. Just like a thumbnail saying bullshit. Instead, they keep writing it, going like, oh, this is another strategy. Dude, there's no strategy. Booty took a shit in Phil Spencer's hand, and Phil Spencer chucked it on the wall. That's the strategy. There is no strategy. They're not like, guys, let's do Crackdown. Guys, let's give them easy stuff. Dude, no, they're giving PlayStation the best that they ever had. And what's insane is that they spent years milking your ass, dragging you along, driving you into the ground, telling you to wait to E3. I'm excited about what I didn't announce, showing games decades in advance that we still haven't seen to this day. And you guys are like, oh, just wait to E3. They're saving their games for next gen. I remember now 2019. Oh, they're saving their games for the Series X consoles. They're saving shit. Saving gots. Balls in hand. They didn't save shit.
I can go directly to Black Nuts.
All they did was just rode them on the Glaze bandwagon. And then what they did was they fooled them, said not about the games, it's about acquisitions now. It's about who we're going to buy. And that entertained people for the next 3 years while Halo got delayed. All this shit happened. Compulsion Games not making anything. All this stuff. They made it about, oh, look, Phil's in courtrooms right now. Oh, Phil's buying this. Oh, he's sitting around with Aaron Greenberg's. Talking about where we put our games. It's about the Xbox player is the most important player, doing interviews on CSNBC. Look, Phil's talking.
About consoles, it's your highest value gamer. It's your person who plays the most, they buy the most.
Okay, so maybe still exclusive, though.
The game is available on so many different places where people can go play.
Oh, man.
It's in the name. Yeah, it's the Xbox.
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
Anything. And now, destroying. And the news just keeps getting worse. Because the Savior, the almighty Savior, the Savior that was going to come down from the rooftops and save the brand, the thing they were hyping up so much that was going to just save everybody. It was the new battleground. This new thing that was supposed to clean house and really put it to the new battlefront, the handhelds, showed its face. And Grinders, let me tell you, if you thought
it was,
oh man, I know.
It was.
I know, Piamanu. I know.
It was a disaster, Ryan.
A disaster. Well, I'm about to show it. I'm about to show it, Piamanu. If you think this, listen, before now I revealed it, but wait a second, Grinders, we're not done. I got to get back here. We got to do this for effect. Grinders, if you think, hold on, I'm not, wait, this is a little preview here. If you think this is the face, it goes along with the face. If this guy is the head of next gen, if this is your president, this is his product. This is his product. If that's the president, that is his product. This filthy, corroded, mutant Asus ROG. This thing leaked. And it is getting roasted across the interwebs for being the most ugliest handheld one has ever seen. And nobody's yelling, and it's not because it has a trash-ass Xbox button on it.
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
But this thing looks like a strap-on a handheld. Pause.
I have an exciting life now. Breakfast to go. You're going to love my nuts. Watch this.
This is definitely booty branded. But this leaked. And this supposedly looked like it pulled from a garbage dump. This looks like a prototype that was thrown out and Phil took it out of the trash. They added some mutant handlebars to the ROG Ally. This is what they got. If this is your president of next generation,
Xbox scandal says, thou shalt not. I
This is his next generation product. Dude. He needs to go back to, I think. Guys, I think we need to fix this. This thing looks atrocious. This thing looks like a ROG handheld. Look at, and there's the white version. Look at this thing. Why would they do this? And then on top of that, this filthy goddamn ROG Ally. And if they think this is a strategy, wait, and then we're going to go look at, then on top of that, grinders, wait a second, the specs on this thing. So ready? So now we're going to come to the specs of this thing. Now, let me see where this thing is. Let me see. I have this. Look at this. If they think where is it? ROG 2 handheld leak. Where is it? So according to this thing, wait, is this from now? I just want to make sure this is from. It's hard to read it, but this is what they're saying right here. This is the Zen 2. It is going to still stick with a 7-inch full HD TV, full HD screen. It is going to have 32 gigs of RAM, and it's the Zen 2. And then there's going to that is the Xbox one, the black one.
Box is in the name of our brand.
And then there's going to be a white one that is going to have the cheaper version, lower RAM. Let me see if I can find that one. Is that this one? A 60 watt. And this is the other one. This one's going to have a 60 watt hour battery and have the weaker GPU there. And that's going to be the other one. This one has 16. Is that 16, I think, of RAM? So there's going to be two versions, the white one and the black one. And the black one they both have, there's going to be a weak one and another one. Listen. Let's see if I could find it. I thought there was a better screen of it. So two handheld SKUs, just like I said, that they were going to do. I'm telling you right now, the way this thing is looking, I bet you this dirty ass one is going to be coming in at probably $900,000. But this is that they put an Xbox button on it. So that's what this whole thing is. Right here in the upper left-hand corner, there is an Xbox button on it, a home button, which is probably going to launch that overlay that they're talking about. This is like, this is so like, I just don't. And my thing is that if there is a home button on here, so is that dashboard thing for Xbox only going to be on this? Or is that something that's going to be on all the handhelds? It makes no sense. Why would you have an Xbox button on something that is going to have to launch on other devices? Like, it just so stupid in the sense of like, it's not even, like I said, they are just riding along. They're taking the Asus ROG Ally. They had to do some drastic redesign to it to make it look like a controller, and then throw in an Xbox button on it, which is not even a circle button. So I don't even know if, again, this may be not final product on this thing, but it's so weird seeing like an oblong Xbox button. Xbox button was always a circle. But nobody's going to go pick this thing up for $900,000 and be like, yeah, this is an Xbox. That's what I mean. This is an Xbox campaign. They could say it all they want. But no, the customer is not thinking that because there's nothing there that makes it Xbox. There's nothing there. And if it only is a launcher, like an Xbox launcher, which basically is the app that we have, then is it exclusive to this device that's an Xbox? Is this going to everything else? It's a 7-inch screen. And Zen 2, I'm telling you, the ROG right now is $900 with the Zen 1. This thing is going to come in at, it's going to start at $900, maybe $1,000. The MSI Claw went up to $1,000. This is real. This is real. I don't know what they're going to, like the specs and everything. Like here's the white one here. And you can see this is the Xbox button again over here. That black area where they blocked out. And they kept a 7-inch screen, which I don't like the 7-inch screen. I wish it had 8-inch. 1080p, probably VRR. That's what it is. It's the same screen that they have in the ROG. Did I win 900K? No, this thing's gonna be $900. I'm telling you, this thing's gonna be $900, starting at $900, because the X2, the ROG Ally X2 is $900. So I'm thinking the black one's gonna be either $900 or $1,000, and this one is probably gonna be $700. And this one has less RAM and weaker chip and less memory. I want all 8 inches. That's right, Jemiah. That's right.
I have an exciting life now. Breakfast to go. You're gonna love my nuts. Watch this. You can do everything.
But they made it look like this thing. So listen. I don't know who's gonna run out, and supposedly the Zen 2 chips are really just a marginal increase, like maybe better, and also small batteries in this too, the white one. But maybe the Zen 2 chips have a better battery performance ratio there, but they're not going to be you're not going to be increasing the resolution of the screens. You're going to be playing the 4K games on these stupid little screens. So, again, it's just another hardware diarrhea, and I just don't understand Microsoft throwing their Xbox logo on here with a little button is going to change anything. And I don't see Microsoft building custom hardware anymore. This is going to be the transitional device. This is going to be the transition into, guys, we're going to build your PC, hook up an Xbox controller, and that Xbox button is going to do something. Just like you can launch Steam Big Picture, that Xbox button now on your controller on these handhelds is going to launch this trash Xbox app that we always see. That's, right here. Is it going to log me in, or this thing always kicks me out? Let me see. Here it is. Now, apparently there's an update to this app, and this is it right here. Apparently there's an update to this app, and it took them almost 6 years to do the compact mode. Look at this. Guys, we have this mode now, but we're going to do compact mode. So they went into here, they go, compact mode for small screens. Well, it took them 4 years to remove the text off the side. But this basically is it. This is basically what the Xbox interlay is. And then what you're probably going to have is, like, you could launch games from your PC on here. Janky Jones. You could launch games off from Steam and stuff on here. And like I said before, I showed this before in a demo. You use this with a controller, it's a disaster. You can't even type in searching. You can't do anything. This a keyboard doesn't pop up, nothing. It's a complete mess. But this is the Xbox app, and this is what that button will probably launch. Now, apparently there's a new update that's coming to this that has Wi-Fi and battery life in the upper right-hand corner. So, I mean, Wi-Fi and time. So basically, it is going to be like Play Night, like I've shown here. But basically, when you hit that Xbox button, it's probably going to launch this. And then you'll have to now launch games, which I don't know. If you have all Steam games, just do Steam Big Picture. It's done. This one, you're going to have to configure it and scan your library and stuff like that. But there you go. It really is a nothing burger, Grinders. It really is. Like, for people to sit here and say this is what Xbox became, like, this is it. And Grinders, this is their future. Yeah, compact, not handheld. No, it's compact mode. Compact mode, and here's regular mode. Big difference, right? Wow. Big changes. Right, Phil? Big changes. Where's our good friend?
Xbox Gandalf says, thou shalt not.
He's thinking real hard. He's thinking real hard. Guys, you know what? Let's move some of this text over here. Let's go compact mode for the end. Whew. Wow, that was a big update. Finished. Whew, my job is done. Xbox Gandalf is done. I'm done. But yeah, like this is it. Like I said, if you look at what they've had over the years, the Sea of Thieves, Janky Jones, Call of Duty, Starfield, grinders. I'm not going to, Janky Jones, I'm going to say that. I don't like Janky Jones. Sea of Thieves, this Hellfire that doesn't die. Call me in 2017 about Sea of Thieves, please. But listen, if this stuff, if you look, Revenge of the Savage Planet, Dread, I have to say, this year Game Pass has been putting more decent releases in here. They just put Modern Warfare 2 in here. If this is not moving the needle after $80 billion of buying this stuff, and Janky Jones cost them money, Starfield cost them money, Call of Duty cost them money, let's go to Game Pass. All PC Game Pass, here you go. 33 Immortals, here, Age of Empires they have in here. Here's Ark with Vin Diesel. Look at all the EA trash they got in here. All the Battlefields. Bleeding Ass is still in here. I don't know if you can still play it online. Blueprints is good. They got, there's stuff in here. It's not I'm not saying Game Pass don't have things. It has things. Expedition, that's a great get. That's the hottest get they got. There. That's the kind of, see what they did with Expedition? That's the kind of stuff they needed to be doing the last 5 years. It's too late. It's so late now for them. This is what they need to be curating and identifying all those years since 2018 on Game Pass. It's just if they have washed themselves out so much that the Crackdown 3 is still in there. It's not bad, but it's nothing that's going to propel them to success. It's nice. It's an option, as it should have been all the time, but they spent so much money. Grinders, just look at how much $80 billion of content was. Look at this. Diablos, Dishonored's, Dooms. They had to spend, that was all from their acquisition. The Fallouts. Just to get all those in Game Pass. They had to spend all that friggin' money. They got the poor Halo Wars. They even got rid of that company. Dude, there's some old shit in here. Grounded, that was another one they had to buy. Has Hi-Fi Rush, never getting a sequel. Well, you're getting one, but it's not going to be in Game Pass. Hellblade. Crazy, dude. Like I said, it was a good option. I'm not going to shit on it as a bad option. But it's an option. They made it the only thing. And now that's all that's left. It's that. And you could probably go through your libraries that you own and go, wow, I got a lot of great games in here. That's what I mean. You own those, so you'll probably play those. That's your backlog. That's yours. There's ownership there. When you look through that, it's just noise. You don't own that. And they keep increasing the price of it, Grind. It's it's a lot of money per month. And if it's not given, but this is their future. It looks like it, too. It looks dirty. Dusty Bin.
Dusty Bin said, why did he leave? Again to cap for Xbox and be Glaze. And now he is out buying PS5 Pro. Time to make the cookies.
That's right, man. He lost his dream job. Capping for Xbox. And now he's running out buying PS5 Pros. You know what they're not going to say when the price comes out for this thing? Who's this for? Greedy Microsoft. Greedy Asus. Nah. because they got humbled right now because Microsoft increased the prices and they all ran out and bought PlayStations. But yeah, we need to see more about it, and I'm sure June will bring it. June will bring the new revamped Xbox app, because box is in the name.
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
But I just don't feel, and I'm sure a lot of you don't, it's like, this is really the future, this thing? This is not going to give a different experience than what you can get right now. And if right now didn't move the needle, then that is not going to move the needle. Because there's nothing different with that. It's just more stuff. Like, that app needs to be refined on everything. Whatever minuscule amount of 1.5 million owners of ROGs and Legion goes, they need a little bit of that update too, and PCs. And, you know, I just don't see a future where Microsoft is making their own hardware and asking developers to buy. And actually, that brings us to our final point of this evening. What Chris Dring just said, and actually what I said as well, in the sense that, what are developers saying? Multi-platform developers, to Chris Dring, are saying this multi-platform strategy is leaving publishers and developers baffled. Some no longer seeing a need to develop Xbox versions of their games. Man, that sounds like something we've been saying for a long time here at the Gaming Grindhouse. We got our own Xbox.
Skip. Go for son.
Skip.
Yeah.
But skip.
Where you go?
Skip. We skip.
Simple as that.
Skip.
Call of Duty Black Ops 6 going into Game Pass, it caused a big bump in subscribers to the subscription service and a strong opening for the game, certainly in terms of players. But the big question is, has that sustained? So in November 2024, when Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was released, this is on consoles alone, so I'm not including PC in any of this data because it's a little bit easier to talk about. According to Ampere, 33.7 million players were playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Or actually, it wasn't just Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It was Call of Duty generally that month in November, something called Call of Duty HQ. Now, we know that was a record-breaking number. Microsoft declared it the biggest Call of Duty weekend. Players in a single day into Game Pass when Call of Duty Black Ops 6 launched.
We covered this already, Chris.
44% market share in terms of Call of Duty players. So service. Now, part of that might be to do with Game Pass related to begin with, because you do get
is this the one?
In March 2024 when it was 20.8 million. It's close.
No, he's talking about the strategy of putting their games on other platforms. Hold on. That was the one, the Call of Duty one, which we covered already. There it is. I got it, Grinders. Shot James. He got him.
Up this year that isn't launching.
This is the one. So, like, just showed you that handheld, right? And exactly, who just said that? Who said that in the chat? Where's that? Who just said that? Man, you guys are going wild in the chat. Hit that like button, Grinders. It's Friday. Somebody said something in the chat. Where was it? Like, their games only sell in 10%. I can't find it now. Somebody was saying that. But yeah, that's the other thing. Like, their games are not even selling that much on their own platform. But hear this. Because this is exactly what I've been saying. It's like, if you abandon your Xbox console, that powers your cloud. So them abandoning basically their Xbox console, and like, we will go back to GTA 6, a potential game seller, a console mover, and you already cashing out of your console saying Gears is going to PlayStation, nothing to see here, go over there, please. You're escorting them off your platform before the biggest game that could move something. And now listen to what they're saying. Your cloud is powered by Xbox. If people don't make games for your console, they're not making games for your cloud. Unless you're going to change that and make PC power your cloud. Right now, Xbox does. That was the whole scam. Guys, by them making Xbox games, they're making cloud games. There's no extra work needed. It's not unique hardware. They're already making the console version. Well, what happens when they skip your console? Now what happens to your cloud version? Oops. We didn't think of that. Phil, let me ask you that question. What happens to your cloud version when they skip? Where's the cloud version of Wukong, bitch?
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the.
No, Phil, where is it? Where's Wukong?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the. It's.
My God. I am never going to financially recover from this.
Phil. No good answers. Not good answers there.
Xbox's strategy has shifted. I don't think there's a game on the schedule. Actually, let me just check. I don't think there's a game on the schedule that Xbox has coming up this year that isn't launching at the same time on PlayStation.
Yeah, that's now.
It's a different world. There was a time when it was Outer Worlds, PlayStation 5, Doom, PlayStation 5, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, PlayStation 5, Call of Duty, PlayStation 5, like it's all coming to PlayStation 5. Gears of War Reloaded, which is a bit more of an unusual one. We wouldn't expect to see that coming to PlayStation 5. We just had Forza come to PlayStation 5, Oblivion launched on PlayStation 5. These are all Microsoft published games.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Avowed and South of Midnight weren't on PS5. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the end. That's the end of Xbox exclusives, those games. And that's Xbox's strategy. They've shifted away from that. That's, certain publishers and developers have spoken to me like baffled by this, because from their point of view, they want the competition in the console space. They're going, why should we even bother making an Xbox game if this is the strategy? Xbox's strategy has shifted.
Dude. Publishers and developers want competition in the console space. That's what they want. And they see a Microsoft waving the white flag, bringing their games to PlayStation is basically just self-sacrificing their whole entire identity. So, of the notion that I started this whole channel with, if they don't care, why should I care? They didn't care about the console, so then why should we care about the console? And developers and publishers think the same thing. Now, that's probably the reason why they had to go buy publishers and developers, because they knew. This is a strategy. Because I've always said this, and you know this. I've always questioned, and I've explained, why did they need to buy the publishers if these games were coming to Xbox anyway? Why do they need to own Call of Duty? Why do they need to own Bethesda? Why do they need to own it and cause a ruckus and lay off people and shut down studios and cancel games and sequels? Hi-Fi Rush is good. Thank you. Goodbye. Tango Gameworks, you're gone. You ended on a great IP and we said thank you. Closed. Only they could do that if they own the publisher, and they did this. They said goodbye. Why? Why do they need to own them? And I think it was exactly what Phil said. Buying Activision will accelerate where they want to go. They knew they wanted out of the console space. But if they got out of the console space, they would have lost all the publishing goodwill that they gained from being in the console space for the last 20 years. This is important, grinders. I will timestamp this. This is an important point because I think it's all coming to fruition now. They realized they wanted out of the console space. Satya wanted it out. He wants cloud and Game Pass to be in the cloud. That's what he wants. He wants gaming as a service. He wants that. Steam in the cloud. But Phil and friends knew that if they did this, they would lose the publishing deals. Developers and publishers, just like what Dring is saying, would be like, well, if you're not going to promote your box, then we are not going to waste our time and put our games on that box. Because if you remember, they spent years trying to gain the games day and date with PlayStation. That was the 360 revolution. The Xbox One the original one got shit late because it didn't have an established install base. And developers were like, I'm not wasting time. PlayStation first, put it the Xbox later. You need to have that install base to attract developers to make money on your platform. And Microsoft spent years of marketing and Peter Moore and everything to get day and date Final Fantasies, get day and date Call of Duties. That was the revolution of the Xbox 360. But now when you don't have that install base, you start getting skipped. People say Wukong comes later. Phil Kong. Well, you're going to wait. You made us wait. Now you wait. Baldur's Gate. You got to wait. Especially when you put out a booster box that's walking with one leg. You're going to get skipped. But now, feels like Jude. What's up, yeah, boy? You'll catch it later. Thank you. Hit that like button, yeah, boy, as your way out. But now we find out why. They bought these big publishers like Activision, like ZeniMax, because they knew they wanted out of the console space. And leaving the console space, they knew that the publishers would not like it. And they will lose those deals. And they will have no third-party support, no content. So what they did was they bought a bunch of publishers knowing as a safety net, when we get out of this console space, at least we'll have enough publishers that we could have content for whatever service or cloud platform that we're going to build. And there's your answer. So all the goodwill that they built with these publishers, they're like, well, wait, if you're not going to continue selling Xboxes and you're putting all your games on PlayStation, then we're not going to be making games for Xbox. So I'm telling you, we thought last year just 4 games. This year, the whole slate. Next year, dude, you know what next year's going to be? When GTA comes out, I'm gonna give you a sound clip of what next year's going to be for Xbox.
For 6 years, I taught you how to go for the W. You could have been one of the greats. And now look at yourself. You're not even a has-been. You're a never was.
It's going to be a never was. It's going to be an app, a vestigial organ app, an Xbox button.
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
A vestigial. It's going to be an it's going to be like a remnant. Oh yeah, look at that little Xbox sign. I remember that. It's done. And that's why they bought the publishers. Because they know once they show their true colors of how they feel about the console space, they're going to lose support. And that's exactly what Dring is saying. Say it again, Dring.
Xbox's strategy, they've shifted away from that. That's, publishers, certain publishers and developers have spoken to me like baffled by this, because from their point of view, they want the competition in the console space. They're going, why should we even bother making an Xbox game if this is the strategy?
And there you go. And there's a face. There's that's what an Xbox fan will hearing that looks like. It's like, oh, that's it. Why would they even bother making an Xbox game if you're just going to they'll just make a PlayStation version and a Pro enhanced version and call it a day. So now, what's the brand? What are they doing? And you really think, hearing what Dring had to say about what he's hearing from publishers and developers, you really think that Phil Spencer will go out on stage and talk about a new Xbox? A new console? How could they even fathom and sell a new console? Even going out there and saying, this filthy thing is an Xbox. Like this filth, this thing is an Xbox here. Even going out there and saying that. This dirty thing. This is Phil spins on stage, filthy like this, holding it up. This is an Xbox. We're going to get the developer support. It's all about the developers. It's all about the gaming support. That's why they're going to try to milk along the PC, because game developers will just make for PC, and Microsoft will just, and Xbox will just be like, hey guys, me too. Hey guys, hi, me too. It's on an Xbox, right? It's on an Xbox. It's like, okay, whatever. Friggin' weirdo Phil. Like, why are you leeching up on us? Like, hey guys, it's an Xbox, right? It's like, oh, we're announcing the new game for PC, and Phil Spencer's like, it's an Xbox, guys. Look at me. Look, it's an Xbox. Phil, get out of there. Get out of there, you friggin' leech. Such a freaking little virus.
Go back and look at
Phil the Virus Spencer, man. We're proud to announce this game on PC and PlayStation 5. And then Phil Spencer big. That's an Xbox, right? An Xbox too. It's like, who invited this bum? Who invited this bum?
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
Yeah, guys. Dude, they're gonna have Phil Spencer sit in the parking lot. They're gonna go. And Phil Spencer's like, they wouldn't invite me in. But I said a box is in the name, but it's an Xbox, right? Let me in, Phil. There is no Xbox. Microsoft's not invited anymore. You don't do any games. But we do. Big Razzle says he's the question. Why? Here's the question. Why? Big Razzle, you know why? Because they can't compete. And I think this was Phil Spencer's eulogy right here. When he said, right here, his eulogy.
This is not worth it.
No, that's not Phil Spencer. When he went in there and he goes like this. Where did he say it? This was the end of Phil D's. When he said
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games.
And there you go. And that is the reason why they lost the worst. They lost the generation, and they lost the worst generation. And that's right. And they can't compete. And that's the truth, Razzo. That's the reason why they could not win. They lost the worst generation, and nothing they can do would matter. And the only way they could see a competition, there you go, Kratos, I got you. The only way they could see competition. Oh, we got 2 minutes left. Super chats. You want your members? I'm gonna give those members away. But yeah. They lost. They couldn't compete. They can't out console Sony or Nintendo. They couldn't. And that's the realization that they fumbled so bad with the Xbox One. There was no recovery strategy. They tried to wine and dine people with new, more powerful hardware, play your old games better, and all that other stuff. And again, all they kept doing was buying time. All they kept doing was just delaying and procrastinating, buying studios, buying this, buying that. All it was a stall tactic to try to get this situation. And that's where they got into. And they tried a couple of things like a Starfield or a Bethesda, and it didn't work. And Phil's right there. He goes, we could do anything, and it just does not work. Because they lost all the goodwill. And what they needed to do was put in a lot of time. You know, games like Crackdown 3, not you really using the cloud, and Starfield falling on its face. Redfall was a disaster. Halo getting delayed and then still missing stuff. A free-to-play multiplayer with no content and a horrible roadmap. A sandbox with no sand. A Forza Motorsport that was coming out year after year, taking 6 years, and then not being optimized for PC and being horrible. Not functioning at all. You can't keep having fumbles with your big IP like that. That's why when you see GTA 6, when you see Intergalactic, when you see Death Stranding 2, which we'll talk about on Monday, when you see these games, you're like, yes. When you see Ghost of Yotai, yes. You don't fumble that. That is your identity. That is why people buy your shit. For that. You don't fumble that. Rockstar, you are GTA. You can't fumble that. Microsoft took the things that brought people to their doorstep and gave them a bucket of shit because they fumbled their identity. And that's why I went so hard on them when they basically screwed with Crackdown and when they messed with Halo and they messed up with Gears and all this other stuff. And they just didn't iterate and bring Gears to the next level. This is Gears 4. Why is it a safe Gears? Why is it the same thing? Gears 5 Kate story. Who? This is why, because not they just putting their games on PlayStation is erasing their identity, but they did their own damage because they did not make their games better. They didn't ensure quality in their first party. That's why. And they lost the goodwill of their fans and people buying confidence in their product. And they tried to go for this buffet of all-you-can-eat bullshit, and people found out it was giving them the shits. And they're paying for a subscription service that really wasn't delivering. And it was up 1 month, and then stuff came out, and oh, this is a good idea, and then things got delayed, and I'm still paying, and I'm stacking, and a disaster, a train wreck. And now this thing. A PC with an Xbox logo is going to save the day? Please. $1,000 thing that's going to have an Xbox logo on it. Microsoft has a lot of work to do. I showed you that app. They got a lot of work to do. And they got a lot of promises that they don't deliver. They don't have the patience. They don't do the time. And they don't put the effort in. The only thing now I see them putting effort in is selling games on PlayStation. And you know what Satya got? Satya saw that thing and he got himself a good old PlayStation Glaze. That's right. Satya gave himself a PlayStation Glaze. That's what he got. He's seeing those sales on PlayStation games, and he's just like, PlayStation Glaze. That's what he's saying, man. That's when he sees the PlayStation Glaze. He's seeing those sales over there, and he is just going crazy. He's like, Phil, ship more. That's right. He's like, more. And he got that PlayStation friggin' Glaze, grinders. That's it. Nakazakiro, 250 with the 10. He goes, Microsoft has done irreversible damage to themselves, and Sony and Nintendo are not going to save them. Amen, Kazakiro. And that's the thing. They're not going to save them. They're not going to save them. This is another stall tactic. That's all it is. And Satya just likes the new money that's coming in and seeing how PlayStation buys that stuff. But again, more competition. There's a lot of great games coming out there. Gears comes out the same day as a lot of games. Metal Gear and all that stuff. You know, it gets crowded. You know, you could sit here and go, oh, well, in the ass end of April, when we threw 3 games out there, we made top. Yeah, well, you threw it out in April. Let's see how you start cooking when more games start coming out in the holiday, and people are in their Maddens and they're in their Phantoms Blade Zeros and their Metal Gears and their Borderlands, and let's see how your games do now. And I was listening to, who was I listening to? Shit, who? I want to give him some credit because that was a good question. Oh man, now who was I listening to? What podcast was I listening to that had a really good point? I don't know if it was Thrifty's. It might have been Thrifty's question. I think it was Thrifty. Shout out to Thrifty, man. Wednesday nights, his show. At 9:45. I think that's what time is. But Thrifty, I think it was Thrifty's thing saying, I think it was when he brought up on his show asking the will this dry out soon? Like, once they finish doing their backlog of Gears and Gears 2, like, they haven't made a lot of great games. So once they kind of put out there, all the pressure is going to be on the new stuff. And we saw it with Doom reviews. It's good gameplay, but it gets repetitive very fast. And they took out a lot of the things that made Doom good. Yeesh. What's up, I'm a Rick Swaglog? How you doing, man? But yeah. So... And we're at 8 chats right now. So 2 more chats, I get you the members. I'm getting some members out there because the thing just stopped. But I think he asked that question, and it's like he's right. What becomes of them when they just kind of give out whatever they had in their best 20 years? And what I want to know is what the hell is the 25th anniversary of Xbox going to look like? Phil Spencer playing on a PlayStation, grinders. What is it going to be? Or Satya wearing a PlayStation jacket because he got that PlayStation Glaze. Hit it, Satya. That's right. Satya got that PlayStation Glaze cooking. Who knows, man? Who knows? He's going to have that PlayStation Glaze. He sees all that money. Dude, this is the future. I'm over at Swaglow. Look, this is the future of Xbox. Booty cleaned it himself with ass cheeks. The hell's this? But yeah, man, I don't know what it's going to be. And by the way, I saw somebody again trying to... Listen, grinders, like, please, really. I saw somebody showing Ninja Theory. I got the real photo. Look, grinders, this is what's going down, right? They said and then we had Cobra trying to hype this up. Ninja Theory, always great to come together at the studio and share with each other the work we've been doing. And again, they blacked this out, and they're all looking, and this is what they're doing. But grinders, this is an edited photo. It's edited. I don't know why Ninja Theory chose to post this. I have the unedited version of the photo, and I'm going to show it to you now. Yeah, this is the unedited version of the photo. I don't know why they decided to do this, but this is the real photo. Ninja Theory, this is their real photo right here. I don't know why they decided to edit out the PlayStation, but this is the real photo, grinders. Facts. God, facts. This is the real photo here. Just wanted to show it because I don't know why they're putting up edited photos over there. There we go. I just showed you. And it's because of what? Satya is like, everybody get on work on that PlayStation. I want everybody working on it. I want everybody on it. This is the real photo. I'm sorry. I have to show it. The PlayStation Glaze. They're all glazing it. They're all glazing that PlayStation. There they are. That's what Ninja Theory is really working on. I give you the facts. This is the unedited. I don't know why they took out the PlayStation, but I had my sources and I was able to get the real photo before it got edited. So just wanted to let you know there. Let's see.
To my surprise, it was rejected.
So grind is crazy work. That's right. The more people like the pic than got the game. Dude, there it is. This is the real picture right here. This is Grindhouse exclusive photos. You know, everybody talks about I got sources.
There's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T.
Booty, do you have any comments about them working on a PlayStation?
You mean you changed it to the tree?
Yeah, used to be shithouse.
Oh man, Booty used to be called Shithouse. Oh man, Phil Spencer out there. You hear anything, Phil?
Very calm down until this. A bump in the road comes, and she's be sarcastic. I won't be coming back until Saturday when you leave. She's gonna try to stop me, but she can't run in those little high heels. Never see this face again.
There you go. Phil keeps losing at deals, grinders. Well, we got real close to the goal. Booty used to be Shithouse. That's his name. He used to be Shithouse.
Great ass!
But there's the real video. That's what I want to show you, the uncut photo from Ninja Theory, what they're working on. And they're working on that PlayStation because Satya loves himself some PlayStation sales. And again, remember, they're not, I haven't heard Hellblade 2, no Redfall. Like, grinders, they're not giving the shit to PlayStation. They're giving them, here's Forza Horizon, here's Gears, like, here's the best that we got. Even though Janky Jones is not the best that I got, but Janky Jones, like, yo, they're not strategically releasing slowly, and no, man, they are dumping it all, the best of the best. The games they made people wait years to do, they're like, yeah, PlayStation, you get it all on April. But Grinders, thank you again. We got close to it, and since it's Friday and it's Mother's Day weekend, I'm feeling a good mood, Grinders. So here you go. I'm gifting out some members. Let's see who I get in my members. Let's see. As a member, oh, man, I'm going to gift some members here. We didn't get the song, but we will get them. I'm going to gift out some members here. Because you guys are doing such a great job if I could do this. Where is my... why can't I do this? I got to fix this. I can't get my stuff out here. Hold on. Technical difficulties, Grinders. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties work. Oh, edited. Life at Ninja. Yo, show me that. Why are we taking out that PlayStation? I want that PlayStation. Like, why did they take that out? That's not right, Phil. That's not right. We got some questions. Any other chats were in there? Let's see what we got here. Let me get this. Cooking these. There we go. Wana says, member 15 months. Shout out to Wana. There he is. He goes, tell me, Jez, where is Sarah Bond? Really spooky. We never heard from her. Wana, what are you talking about? I got Sarah right here. Sarah, please come in here. I got the connections, Grind. Sarah, tell them. Come here, Sarah. I got Sarah right here. You want to hear some Sarah Bond? Sarah, they want to hear from you. Grindhouse Studio, come on in. Hold on. I'm getting her in here. Yeah, hold on. She's coming in. Come in here, Sarah. All right, sit down. All right, Sarah, tell them they want to hear. Want to hear from you. Come here, Sarah. Tell them in the microphone.
When we launched Game Pass, some people freaked out. They were worried it was going to destroy sales, make it impossible for developers to make money, devalue games.
All right, thank you, Sarah. You said enough. You've said enough, Sarah. Thank you very much. Wana. There she is. Running her mouth. See? Everything she said is true. Goddamn Sarah Damas. There she is. Told you, I got the connections. All the connections. That's right. Who else do you want to hear from? I got them all in my studio. They wait outside. They can't wait to get on the Gaming Grindhouse. Here we go. I'm sending out the 5 members right now, Grinders. You done it. Who did I get? I got Jeffrey Smith. I got Ash Tats. Oh, damn, that's a good one. Harlem PS Gamer, Noob of Games. Cal, welcome to the VIPs. As a VIP, you could use the awesome emojis that we got here at the Gaming Grindhouse. You got access to some songs. The ultimate grinders get access to all the songs. But and when we hit our goal, we do release them to all the members when we hit the goal. But you know, we'll do that for next time. But I gave out some VIPs because you guys did great. We came real close to the goal. We're one off, but Wana put us over, and he wanted to hear from Sarah Bond. But Grinders, awesome show, dude. It is insane. But legit, where's Sarah Bond? Dude, I have no clue. Dude, they've been eerily quiet. You know, Phil Spencer did his run of interviews. He hasn't done anything, dude. He hasn't done anything. He's been quiet. He's been quiet, man. He's been quiet. So, you know, they got a lot to say. June's coming, man. No Fan Fest. It's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a wild ride. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and shout out to I'm a Rich Swag Lord VIP for 6 months. He goes, salute Jez, keep being genuine, keep it gaming no matter what platform, as long as you enjoy your hobby. Don't let the negativity affect your joy. Amen to that. And those are amazing words to end on. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Thank you again. Take care of all your moms, and Grinders will be here on Monday night. Gaming Grindhouse opens up again for more gamer entertainment, music, fun, news, and anything else I could think of. But in the meantime, I might be doing some streaming. Some new games came out, so keep it locked here. I might do a gaming grind maybe tomorrow night or maybe tonight. We'll see how it goes, but rest my voice a little bit. But Grinders, thank you again. Hit that like button. Let's get out of here. Let's do one more. I think a fan favorite here. We'll do a fan favorite when we head out here. we're going to do a nice grindhouse of, where is my thing? This whole thing, where is it? We'll do a nice little great music at the end, grinders. Thank you again. Hit that like button, share it out. We are out.
Started out small like a flicker in the night. Now we shine bright where the city's guiding light. Through every grind, step up through the grind we grew. 2024, your time is almost overdue. From dawn to dusk, we broke every single chain. With blood and sweat, we danced in the pouring rain. Thank you to the grinders for every sleepless night. Together we'll climb mountains, reaching every height. Grind to the top, we're never gonna stop. With hearts on fire, we're aiming for the top. To all the supporters, we couldn't ask for more. The sky is just the start, we're always wanting more.